My name is Krzysztof Majewski, and I have a pleasure to work as a Scrum Master for HRS IT Solutions. To give you a little bit of context, what this company is doing, we are optimizing business processes, outsourcing. So if you're a corporate traveler, if you travel a lot in your company, we can be of a lot of help. So building a set of products, we are optimizing your travel experience and travel efficiency. Definitely, we need IT to build this. And there is a lot of data, a lot of algorithms. So our main asset is people, relationship, knowledge, and as well IT. But we are not a startup. So there is a long history that's built in the company. So we didn't start our IT last year. We have already part of systems that are more than started 10 years ago or so, and they are still living, they are evolving. I'm working with one of these teams that doesn't have a cloud-native application. It doesn't have every nice and sexy technology to work with. We are rather stuck in some kind of legacy system that grow through years, and it's really complicated to change because you have these growing elephant tasks here and there. And if you are working for 1 year or 2 years in the company, you'll sometimes not feel enough empowered, not feel enough qualified maybe, or you just don't feel so much courage to start to eat this elephant. So it's quite challenging to eat it. You rather start to omit this elephant, then you make it grow. So our challenge was seeing that people are not enough empowered to pay back this technical debt and be proactive. We thought, okay, let's get inspired with what works in other companies. I'm not the first one to cite Dan Pink and his Drive book, so 3 magic ingredients. I can also refer to Elaine's talk. There is even more ingredients that we can just pick and apply. But if you are in quite of left side situation, it's not that easy that the switch will be like that. So we decided to start small. We picked mastery as a first element because I felt that this is the point where we have the most influence in, and we can change it from the very beginning. And I will refer to Stephen Covey's habit of sharpening the saw. So like a reminder to not forget, if you are busy doing things, not forget to take care of the tools and your condition as well as a person doing the job. So sharpen your saw. I will tell you about this proposal that we did, and in one sentence, we just gave people time to take care of their personal growth. So 10% time, not much. It's not very innovative because companies do it for years already. Google 20% project. You have some Hack Fridays in some companies. You have, I remember Atlassian every 3 months, full day, 24 hours devoted to whatever you want to do. So nothing really innovative, but proven that it works. What was different in our case is that we introduced one rule that was that's written here. Don't be alone in your growth. Who's the green guy? New role, growth buddy. We introduced to this program a role which was a person that's just interested in what you are doing. So a person that you trust, that's trusted by you, doesn't have to be subject matter expert, doesn't have to be a senior architect, but at least interested in what growth subjects you chose to take care of. So his main responsibility would be to support you in growing in this subject that you selected. So we have a growth buddy supporting a team member, and also we have a role of a moderator that takes care of all the project and supporting growth buddies, which are new people in the role. Now I will focus on 2 iterations of the program. So we did it gradually, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'll just switch to the freshest data. So we did a survey last week, just prior to the conference, and here is what we found out. So the phases I told about, and maybe a little comment about the start. Before we started, there was this design phase and getting agreements. I think it's important to mention that we didn't decide to do this project hidden. So before starting, first of all, we found volunteering teams who are willing to try, and then we convinced managers and product owners that we can do it officially and legally. They were not that much convinced, but we agreed for a try. It's called the pilot phase, first one with 17 persons, which ended up in May. Results, how did we measure that? We didn't do very quantitative measurements because it was too short time to measure the impact on, say, lead time, on this kind of measures. But on the other hand, we promised to make a survey with a lot of open-ended questions to base on user feedback to make a decision to continue. So decision was taken, promising results. Without showing you details of the pilot phase, I would just show you second iteration where already 3 teams are working there. 3 teams, I mean 25 persons. You see maybe a little bit messy picture. That's on purpose. I like it so much because people are in different roles. So the green ones are buddies, the blue ones are participants, and many of them are having 2 colors because they have on one side 2 roles, yes, being participant and also the growth buddy, which was proven to be like mind-opening for growth buddies, like be it in 2 roles. And these are the connections. So arrows shows who supports which person. I like it so much because there is not a hierarchical model, like one senior that is taking care of everyone in the team, but we created a lot of connections in between team members. They did it voluntarily, so they were not forced to choose this person or the other. The only recommendation was that you shouldn't take care of, as a growth buddy, don't take more than 2 persons because then you will not have time for it. Speaking about time, when did people do personal growth? We did a small recommendation that, okay, think about the end of the week, maybe regularly, last afternoon, but it didn't work out. More than half people answered that they do it really irregularly. So when their project is asking for something to do on Friday, or they feel themselves that they want to finish something, they do it. And sometimes they did personal growth whole Tuesday. Not a problem for me. But what was surprising that we just gave them 10% of time, and it was not much. How they declare, they are using roughly 2 hours per week. So 5%, not even 10. What were the topics? We are doing web applications, so not surprisingly, these technologies you can see. I also put 3 examples of topics that are particularly interesting for me, because we never forced anyone to think about topic that will be useful in the project. But these 3 were having immediate effect on the project. So we started a new way to talk to business, so event storming, already 3 sessions performed in the project. Someone took, I want to learn Python, but I want to be practical, so I will choose a challenge from my project. And then he did a mock of a service that we integrate with that helped us. Having this mock helped us speed up the development and tests. Another one is cutting the monolith. So he specified contracts with OpenAPI, which was also a great progress. What did the product owner say about? Well, this is, you don't see many colors in this because their feedback was quite neutral. So we're not at all excited about this because the product owners were not taking part of it. And they were a bit missing transparency because we I can say we did it even on purpose because we didn't want to give product owners like feeling that they should somehow control what the subjects are taken. There were some questions, hey, maybe as a product owner I could be like recommending to people which is better subject. No, not at all. This is up to the people to choose. But what's positive is that no product owner realized any negative effect on the project, on the product. So there were never a situation where we were having a need to do something at work and some person was having an excuse, sorry, product owner, I'm doing personal growth. No, it never happened. And in the eyes of participants, I found in these answers confirmation that participants got the hook. Like they really understood the main purpose of the program and appreciated that they were given this time, even if they used just 5%, and they see it as possibilities, opportunities for growth, for development, and some people started doing something, which was not possible if you have all the time backlog full of high priority ideas and you are just not doing your week because every time is something new to be done. And I like especially this comment about opportunity of guilt-free exploration. That's really great, like encouraging people to experiment. Right now, jumping to the last part of data analysis, so the growth body. I think it's very important because it's differentiating from the other concepts that we asked people to pair with growth body. Participants' opinion was quite positive. So more greens, as you see on the screen. It's an excerpt. There were more answers. But you see that someone was appreciating that powerful questions were asked by the growth body to help him make good decisions about the growth. Someone had a growth body as a mentor, so more senior, more experienced, to help the person choose the subject or set the direction of growth. On the other hand, you have some grayish answers, which are, I think, not negative, but they are neutral. So people did not see any value of the growth body, but then they added, because I was not doing so much in my personal growth, because I forgot about this, so I cannot tell you what was the benefit of the body. The bodies themselves felt, after the pilot, quite eager to continue to be the body. But after the second iteration, it somehow changed. So last 5 months, what I can see is that the eagerness to become a body again moved to rather neutral position. So they are hesitating whether it makes sense to be a body. And you have quite a lot of gray comments, which are like showing that people are maybe a bit embarrassed as a body to approach a team member and ask him, hey, so tell me, what did you do last week? Like, even they are naturally interested, it makes a pressure on the person, and they just don't know how to deal with this situation to help this growing person, instead of just putting a pressure and like a manager coming, yeah, when it will be done. The green ones told me that if it works, if the person is spending probably more time on personal growth and has more results, then the growth body is seeing also what advantages he gets. I need 2 more minutes, I think, if I may.
I'm afraid we should finish. Please wrap it up in 1 minute if you can.
Okay, I will wrap up in 1 minute. There are 3 more slides. So takeaways for the body role. I will explain why, in my opinion, there was this move that opinion was more neutral. That's why, because we did a second iteration, and I assumed that growth body know how to be growth body. But people changed, new person joined, new team joined, and we didn't spend time to educate growth bodies, to make them practical, some maybe practical exercises and support. There were also holidays, so people were not regularly at work. We were missing our times at work. So no support for the growth body, then the role will probably not work. People do not have these habits already, how to be good body, good coach. So for the moderators, I did some takeaways, and also I never met pairs. I was meeting buddies themselves or participants, but I never met like pairs. And I think there is a lot to help in this pair to make them good contract, set up their expectations at the beginning. Overall results of the project are we continue, and participants move even to more recommending to the others. Last slide for you. If you want to do it on your organization, here are my takeaways. Don't worry, you will find it in the slides, in the conference slides. So I would just skip it. And what personal growth is for us, I thought of a metaphor that we are on the way from control organization to a knowledge organization, and we just got a vehicle which is called personal growth. If we get to the last point, maybe this vehicle is no longer needed, but right now it gives us a lot of advantages. Thank you very much for the talk.